Blue Beetle number 3, written by Tony Bedard, art by Ig Guara. We last left off with Blue Beetle quickly stopping by Brenda's quinceanera and then having to leave because he looks like a monster. And some space scarabs see that the Blue Beetle scarab came online on Earth and they're super interested and want to check it out. This issue may as well be called Where in the World is Jaime Reyes, because that is literally all anybody is doing the entire issue. Everyone's just looking for Jaime, trying to figure out where he is. For their own purposes, whether nefarious or not. So it would be hard to tell this in a linear order because it keeps hopping between it, so I'm just going to go by like group of people. Starting off with Jaime's parents. They're calling up Paco, and they're like, Paco, we know that if anything happened to Jaime, you would be like the first to know. So what do you know? And he's like, I don't know anything. So they stop dealing with him, and a couple pages later, they make the call over to the aunt who was hosting Brenda's quinceanera, and basically like, how do you think I feel about my son missing? You ask how I'm doing. We know that this had something to do with you. Clearly, he was going to your party. We know who you are. We know you're part of the mafia or the mob, or at least you're tangential to it. So quit the act, and if anything happened to my son, I am coming for you. And that's the mom freaking out. The dad, as soon as she starts laying into the mob bit, she's like, shut up. Shh. You are making things so much worse. Like, there is no need for that. And she's just angry and pissed off. Meanwhile, the entire time, Jaime's sister is just crying and curled up and just misses her brother. Dealing now with Paco and Brenda, and I guess the aunt as well. Paco, like I said, was dealing at the opening with the phone call from the mom, but then he pretty much gets dispatched. The party's over, quinceanera, everyone's leaving, but they were like, oh wow, this party was great. Are you kidding me? Everyone's going to be talking about this quinceanera. And the aunt apologizes to Brenda for the party getting ruined. But she's like, oh no, it wouldn't have been a good party with my friends being hurt and missing anyway. By the way, where are the cops? And the aunt's like, I'm good friends with the mayor and the chief of police, so they're getting this done on the down low, like on the hush-hush. So didn't want any cops ruining what was left of your party, so don't worry about it. We're all good. Anyway, have fun. Bye. Enjoy the rest of your quinceanera. So the aunt then goes off. She talks to one of her thugs, I guess you would call her. And the thug's like, we're not actually working the police, are we? And the aunt's like, no, fuck, of course we're not, you idiot. So she ends up talking to the people that she hired to get the Blue Beetle scarab. And she's like, what happened? And he's like, we had it. We literally had the other people on the ropes, the other supers. And then some kids popped in. And then some third guy with like blue armor came in and kicked all our asses. And he's like, yeah, the blue guy. I have a feeling I know what happened. Ugh, this sucks. So then we get the phone call between the mom and the aunt is like, okay, so the boy who ran off had my artifact, and I'm thinking he might have also been that Blue Beetle guy. So, hey, Wolfman guy, or I believe his name was Coyote, I need your help in order to track him. And he's like, yeah, no, totally, what do you need? And she slices his throat open, uses the necklace she has to cast some sort of blood magic, and gets a trace on exactly where Jaime is. And then the last ones are the space guys. The space guys, they're like, oh, okay, well, we're coming down to Earth, doing some basic research on this planet that definitely does not seem advanced enough to take out one of our scarabs, but apparently they have a very large meta population. They call them superheroes down here. But hey, nothing too big. After all, my planet had some metas, and then I killed them all once I got the scarabs, so we're good. They get a visual contact on the scarab that they're looking for, and they see Jaime just trying to hop a fence. And they're like, all right, it's unresponsive to us trying to like interact with it from here, so we're going to have to go do a face-to-face. This whole time, there's also a story about Jaime, and Jaime's just trying to reason with his scarab. He's like, yeah, today should have sucked, but I'm literally flying over my city, so that's pretty cool. As he arrives pretty close to back home, he gets a glimpse of himself in the mirror and realizes how much of a monster he looks like. So he's like, look, you have to let me take you off, because there's no way that I'm going to be able to go home like this. And Scarab's like, nope, that's not going to happen. And he's like, look, if you want me to help you with whatever this mission is of yours that you keep mentioning, then you have to understand that I can't help you if I look like this. So how about you just free up one hand? Just give me one hand of control back. And the Scarab's like, I don't like this. Your priorities don't matter, but I guess maybe just a little. And it starts retracting, and it causes him intense pain. But during this, the people up in space are like, okay, something's happening, and it definitely shouldn't be happening. And he's like, all right, good, you did the hand. Now just get the rest of you off of me. And through just intense willpower and it just screaming out error, 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 the rest of the Scarab all retracts into just a little spot on its back. And the people up in space are like, what just happened? That shouldn't happen. What just happened? Meanwhile, because he was pretty much right outside of his home, his sister manages to hear the loud screaming of pain from Jaime. So they all run outside, and they see Jaime sitting there in the front yard. And they're like, Jaime, you're back. Oh, that's great. Hurrah, huzzah. And they're just happy to have their son back. And you just see the glowing Scarab mark on his back. Then we get the other three villains, the ones who were hired by someone who wasn't the ant. And they're like, yeah, no, that didn't really... You guys failed. It didn't work out. But I'm here now, and I'm going to help you. And we see that the person who is helping them is a guy named Silverback, which, as best as I can describe, is a giant robotic mini-gunning monkey. He's just a gorilla. Okay. It's a last page reveal, I guess. This issue was fine. It wasn't anything great. Like I said, it was just a bunch of people all just like, where's Jaime? We have to, like, who's going to find Jaime? And in reality, everybody found Jaime. Like, the space guys knew where he was, his parents found out where he was, and the one lady used blood magic to find where he was. So, in reality, everybody knows where he is, and they all know. I think that the ant is the only one who knows that he's Blue Beetle and Jaime at the same time, but it's still a little bit amorphous how much she knows. Overall, I'm giving this a 6.5. Art's nothing too fantastic. It's pretty stock style. It does have some good moments, though, like when he's flying over the city, and the blood magic part is pretty good as well. But for the most part, it's just stock standard stuff. Yeah, no, it's an average issue. It's fine. It's just setting it up for the next part where now we've got a robotic monkey, as we often do in issue 4s, I guess. So yeah, 6.5. We'll check out what happens next.